Welcome to LexV Designs. In today's video we're going to be learning how to cut this very beautiful princess dart flared gown in the simplest method available. So if this is what you're interested to learn how to do, please stay tuned and watch till the end of this video. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up so that this video will be recommended to other people on YouTube. Thank you so much. Stay tuned. Okay, to do this I'm going to go ahead and cut out the flay first, and to cut this flay I'm going to fold it into two, then into another two. So just watch closely as I fold it. So right now it's already folded into two. Okay, and when you're folding, ensure that you're going to get the whole length of your flay through this. So look at me opening it. Okay, and I'm going to close it up correctly just like this, and then fold it in again. So you can see the way I folded it. I folded into two first, then I came in like a triangular form, and then I folded again. So when this is nicely placed, ensure that you have about 1 inch zipper allowance, okay, at the rear end, just like I left mine. And I placed my tape like this. I kept it you can see the way I'm keeping my tape. I want to achieve my waist measurement. Okay, so whatever be your waist measurement, mark it. Then you can start from the tip to go all the way to maintain the same measurement that you just marked. Okay, so if your waist measurement is about 10 inches, that's 40 divided by 4, and that will be 10. So okay, I'm going to be marking at 11. So if you keep your tape horizontally the way I first placed it, you have to ensure that you get that 11 inches. Okay, that's, you're leaving 11, that's adding 1 inch additional. Then when you are sure that you have already marked at that point where 11 is, from the tip to the place where you have it, then you can now go all the way around. Okay, I hope this is clear. Okay, so I did the same thing to the lower end. Okay, I just continued with the consistency. When I was sure that I had already marked out the length of my flay, I just continued. Okay, and I'm going to quickly also cut this out. I'll also open up the sides as well. Okay, the side that doesn't have the zipper allowance. Okay, so you can see the side that I'm cutting open. Okay, now I will now go ahead and cut out our princess dart. Now to cut out our princess dart, I'm going to measure out my half length. So for the half length I'm working with 19. This would allow me half inch for my joining of the lower end and half inch for my joining for the shoulder areas. So this would mean that the half length I'm working with is 18. Okay, I hope this is clear. Now you can see I folded this into two. Okay, this is just for the front. I am not cutting the back and the front together. Okay, so I'm just cutting out the excesses, and I also ensured that I have the complete bust measurement plus allowance, so that after I have finished cutting it, I wouldn't be having shortage. Okay, so I want to ensure that I have up to 19 at this point, and I have it. Now I also went ahead and marked. Now look at what I did. I came down by half inch, and then I marked 10 inches, and then I also marked 14 inches. The 10 inches is for my shoulder to my bust. Okay, and the 14 inches is for my shoulder to my under bust. Now you can see how when I was marking it, I also left half inch before marking that. This half inch is for my joining, so that if I don't remove it and I join it, the breast cup may not lap on my bust, and I want it to lap very well. That's why I shifted it by half inch. Okay, now from this end I'm also going to mark 5 inch. This is my nipple to nipple measurement. All right, and then I marked it all the way to my bust area. Okay, and I'm going to connect this with a straight line. Just follow me. This is so simple to do. Okay, Now I just connected it with a straight line, and don't forget that I have shoulder to my bust and shoulder to my under bust. Now on this side I marked ½ inch, and on this side I'm marking 1 inch. Okay, you can see the places I marked. Okay, I marked 1 inch here, and you can see the difference. There's the difference between the ½ inch and 1 inch. Okay, now I'm going to be connecting with a curve from this point. You can see the way I'm connecting it. Okay, all right, you can see the way I just connected. You can actually use your curved rule, but because the material is very stretchy, I'm just trying not to, trying to make the lines very visible. Okay, so I just went ahead and marked my neck width and my neck depth of neck width of 3 inches and my neck depth of 5 inches. I just went ahead and marked, but I had to go with 5 inches. All right, okay, so you can actually do whatever you want here. Okay, whatever neckline that works for you. And then I went ahead and marked 8 inches for my shoulder. I came down by 1 inch. You can see how I came down by 1 inch, and then I marked from that point 8 inches, okay, for my armhole. I hope this is very clear. Okay, so I'm just trying to connect the lines. Feel free to ask your questions in the comment sections. I'll be there to answer you. Okay, whatever be your question. All right, so I'm just connecting this with my rule, and then I'll just use my my hand to do this freehand sketching. You can actually use your armhole curve, whatever works for you. Okay, now you can see the point where I marked 5 inches, and then I came in by 2 inches. With this thing that I'm doing now, I folded 1.5 inches, okay, and I divided it in between that 2 inches mark. Okay, I hope this is clear. Okay, and I'm connecting each of the lines. I connected it to the first, okay, to the first one, and I'm connecting this other one, okay, to the second one. All of them will still meet at one point. Okay, make sure that they're not quite different. And then I quickly adjusted my armhole curve. Okay, I hope this is clear. Now, why I marked 2 inches into my armhole and adjusted it is so that my princess dart will not jump. Okay, if you don't add these 2 inches, okay, it will jump at the end. One side will be longer, and that will affect your half length. All right, so this will help you to properly put your princess darts, and then the excesses, because definitely there will be excesses. Okay, the excesses you can just trim it out. You will now trim it out at your own convenience, instead of struggling. Oh, it's shorter, or it was supposed to be longer and it's shorter. All right, now you can see the way I'm cutting it out. Please just follow it very well so that you don't miss out and make mistake at any point. Okay, this is so simple to do, and the princess that comes out very nice. It cups and shapes your bust nicely. Okay, you mustn't even put a breast cup on this type of princess dart. It comes out very nice on the shape, on the bust. Okay, the shape is very nice. Okay, now I'm just cutting it out, and don't forget that I used my my bust measurement and my waist measurement for this. You can actually adjust yours when you need to. All right, so please take note of that. So I'm just going to quickly open this up and place it rightly so you can see how it looks. Okay, our princess that is actually ready. Okay, and I forgot to mention that whenever you're cutting the curved part of your princess, that ensure that the curved parts are not pointed. Okay, this would also help with the perfect fitting around your bust area. Okay, and this is how it looks. Let me just place it well so you can see how it is. Please take note of the shape. Look at it. You can see that there is still 2 inches difference. It is quite clear. Okay, so please ensure that whenever you're cutting yours, that you don't miss out on that 2 inches. This would help you a lot. Okay, now for the back. Okay, I'll be marking 1.5 inches. Okay, from this point you can see the way I folded it into two first. Okay, and then I marked 1.5 inches. This will be for my zipper allowance. Okay, and I went ahead and maintained my 3 inches for my neck width, and I came down. You can actually vary at this point, just like I said, but ensure that whatever you're using for your neck width and neck width is for the front is the same thing you're using for the back. Okay, so I just came in went down by 2 inches for my neck depth for the back. Okay, and then I went ahead and marked 8 inches, just the same measurement I used. You can see the same way I came down again and marked 8 inches again for my armhole. I maintained the same measurement that I used for the front. I also ensured that my shoulder slant is there. Okay, and then I will still quickly use a free hand and then curve a bit. This will be for my armhole. All right, now I still went ahead to take my 5 inches that allowance. Okay, you can achieve this by using the same thing that you use for the front for your nipple to nipple measurement. Okay, now I also came here and then marked my bust measurement plus allowance. Okay, and then I also wanted to ensure that I have 19 inches for the back. Okay, and then I went ahead to cut this out. So after cutting it out, I went ahead and notched it, okay, at that 5 inches mark. Okay, now for the sleeve, I folded into two, then into another two. Just look at the way I folded it, okay, because I want to cut the two sleeves together at once. Okay, I hope this is clear. So first I want to ascertain the length of my sleeve. Okay, so whatever length you want to work with is fine. I just decided to work with 16 inches. I'll be using a free hand for the sleeve. Okay, so I'll just come down by 4 inches at this point where I have where I just have these ends that are not quite folded, and then I'll be connecting with a slope all the way up. I'm just using a freehand sketch. Okay, if you don't know how to cut a sleeve and you want to learn how to cut a sleeve, I have a video on the basic steps on how to cut a sleeve. Okay, so please check that video out on how to cut a sleeve, and you can easily check it out by typing how to cut a sleeve and then you put lex v beside it, and that will bring you to the video of how of how to cut a sleeve. I could just leave it also in the description box. Okay, so I'll just cut this out, and that will be pretty it for the sleeve. So after cutting this out, I'll just quickly go and notch it out. This notching will guide me when I'm joining the sleeve to the rest of my dress. Okay, so this is it for the sleeve, and then I went ahead and padded my princess dart. You can use a waddy, you can use a cloth gum, whatever works for you. You can actually use a breast cup. You can still sew the princess dart without any of this, it will still stand. Okay, now I will be joining it this way. You can see the way I placed it all the way to the end, and I'll do the same thing for the other side. I'll also turn it out with my linings because I already cut the linings of each of these. Okay, I used the one that we had earlier cut to place on the lining, and then it guided me and I cut this out. So I also did the same thing for the back as well, and for the flares as well. So every piece of this gown has a lining. Okay, and I'll be attaching it this way. Okay, now this is it. I have already attached my lining, and I'm going to cut out these excesses I have by the side. I also attached the lining for the back piece, and this is how they all look. I also attached the dart also for the back piece. Now when all this is pretty done, you can already assume that it's just to attach the lower ends that is remaining. So I just want to attach the lower ends of these gowns very easily and simply, and then attach my zipper. Okay, so you can see the way I'm attaching the lower ends. With half an inch I'll be attaching it, and then I'll do the same thing for the other side before I join it to add my zipper. Okay, and then I will also attach the lower end for the front. Okay, before attaching my sleeves and then hemming the dress. Okay, so let me quickly do that now. So this is it. I've already attached the lower end of my front piece as well. This is how it looks, and also for the back piece, this is how it also looks, and you can see the zipper. Now I'll go ahead and then join my sides, but before that I will attach my sleeve, okay? And that is pretty up. So I decided to use an organza to design my fabric, my dress, okay? So this is how it looks after attaching the organza to the fabric and then the sleeves, and that's all. Thank you for watching. Bye.